Hello ladies. So this is for anybody who has struggling to maintain a high vibration and they're feeling that their vibration is a little bit off and they can't seem to figure out why that's the case. So when your energy is off, normally you feel like resistance towards doing certain things. Maybe you feel a bit lethargic, so it can show up sort of a physical effect on your body, so fatigue. Maybe your skin's gone a little bit bad. You know, just that general feeling of like, I'm not feeling my best self. And of course, to manifest positive experiences and things into our life, we've got to be vibrating at a high frequency. We've got to maintain this positive energy. So I want to just really dive into things that may have happened in your past that are perhaps clogging up your vibration. So these may be experiences that you've had that you've not fully allowed yourself to let go of. So I want to talk about sort of my own experience with this, and it was a specific area of my life that I've done a lot of work on, and that is in relation to my finances. So I have done a lot of money mindset work on myself, transformed a lot of my beliefs around money, my energy around money, in order to manifest more money in my life. And when I was going through this work, I realized that there was certain events that had happened previously in relation to money that I was really struggling to let go of. So specifically for me, this was how I'd acted around money in the past. So in my 20s, I hadn't necessarily been very good with money. I had a lot of debts that I'd accumulated, and debts aren't necessarily a bad thing if we're, spending money and it's something that's going to benefit our future self. Maybe it's investing in ourselves. So I'm not saying that debts are bad, but I basically spent money as a way to numb my pain at the time. So I was going through a lot of different things in my life, and I was basically spending like a woman possessed on things that now I don't even know what I spent that money on. And so when it came into the money mindset work, I was finding I was getting a little bit stuck when it came to my energy, and I couldn't really put my finger on what was kind of still keeping me stuck, like what was clogging up my vibration. And actually it was because I hadn't let go of these past experiences, these memories around money, where I kept kind of being drawn back to spending like this crazy woman, and then kind of going into this sort of vicious downward spiral where I was spending and my debts were just getting worse and worse and worse. So for you, if you are experiencing something with your energy right now, have a look and see, is there any kind of experiences from your past that you're not allowing yourself to let go of? So acknowledge the things, the past experiences that you still know that you're kind of holding on to. So that would be the first thing, like looking at what past experiences there are. Now, something that you may be able to do here, depending on what that experience is go in and give it a new meaning. So basically, a lot of the time when we have these experiences form beliefs, right? They turn into beliefs. So if we go through a certain thing, so for me it was, okay, I've had this experience of spending a lot of money, and now I believe that I'm bad with money. And of course, if I was believing that I was bad with money, how was the universe ever going to send me more, right? In order to receive money into our lives, we have to show the universe that we're good with money, that we can handle money. So I was basically, that this experience had formed a belief in my mind that I was bad with money. So going back into that experience, how could I give that a new meaning so that it was nothing to do with me being bad about money? I was basically reframing that experience and to take a new meaning away from that. So this is work that I actually do with my clients, where we go back. Sometimes it means going back into very early childhood memories, where we take a specific experience and basically give that a new meaning with what you know now, and from sort of a place of hindsight and with the logic that you have now, how could you change that event and give it a completely new meaning so that that event no longer has to be to do with your with you. Basically, it's nothing to do with you and your beliefs. We take a new belief out of that experience. So that would be the first thing, giving that event a new meaning, so that for me it was, okay, well, it's not that I was bad with money, it was that I was using spending as a tool to numb my emotions. So I was basically letting that belief go. It's nothing to do with me being bad with money. I was just using money as a way to numb my emotions, and now I'm not in that place anymore. I'm no longer that person. I'm no longer somebody that spends like a crazy woman, because I'm not in that place anymore. That was just a specific thing that I was doing at that point in my life, but that doesn't have to become a part of my story now. It's not to say that I am a bad with money. That's not who I am. That is not my story. So it's giving that experience a new meaning. Now, what you then may need to do, sorry, this camera keeps slipping down. What you then may need to do is some forgiveness work on that experience. Okay, so for me, I was beating myself up about the fact that I had been bad with money, you know? So I was saying, oh God, if only I'd been better with my finances in my 20s, I would now perhaps have way more money to spend on my business. So I had a lot of resentment towards myself, which, if we're holding on to resentment or shame or guilt for experiences that have happened, maybe it's resentment to ourselves, maybe it's, you know, resentment to somebody else that's done something to us. If we're holding on to that, you know, that's going to clog up your vibration. It's going to create these negative blocks of energy, which will block the positive manifestations from showing up. So forgiveness work is something I then had to do. I had to forgive myself for how I'd acted in the past around money. I had to be really kind to myself about those experiences so that I could completely let them go. Another tool that I also really love here is a tool called EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. Basically, this is an energy clearing technique where you clear out any negative blockages in your energy through the process of tapping. So you're basically tapping on different points. I will do another video on EFT and go through a tapping ritual with you, because it's something that I absolutely love. But basically, we're talking about sort of past experiences here. Basically, we can tap on those things, tap on those experiences, bring those experiences back to the surface so that we can then release them. We can tap through them and let those experiences go and let go of their negative energy that comes with that experience. This is actually something that a lot of people struggle to sort of understand. Sorry, this camera keeps falling down. Because law of attraction says, well, if I want to manifest something, you know, what we focus on expands. So what if I'm kind of dwelling on this negative experience? Aren't I going to create more of that negativity? And actually, yes, you know, if we're constantly focusing on something, we're going to get more of that. But this doesn't mean that we have to completely forget about certain things. In order to really heal from certain experiences, we have to bring them to the surface, to do the work, to transform that experience and to completely let it go. If we completely ignore negative experiences, what we're like doing is kind of brushing it under the carpet. It's almost like sticking a band-aid on it. That experience is still there, it's going to linger, it's going to fester, and it can actually just get worse. So something like EFT requires you to bring thoughts of that memory to the surface so that you can then heal those experiences, change that negative energy, and therefore allow your positive experiences to start showing up. So have you had any experience with any of these things? Have you used EFT before? Have you, looked at your past experiences and given them a new perspective? What has been your experience with that? Are you currently recognizing that you've got a blockage in your vibration? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you give this video a like and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. All right, ladies, thank you very much for tuning in, and I will connect with you again very soon.